talking till 3, sharing old stories, just them and me. The world's fast asleep, but we're wide awake, sipping on coffee, no plans to break. Time fades away as the night drifts on, lost in the laughter, the dark nearly gone. No need for answers, no reason why, just two souls awake beneath the sky. No rush to stars and soft street lights, starting or ending, it feels just right. Up late with a friend, the world's at rest, these quiet chats, yeah, they're the best. So here's to late nights, the quiet and deep, with a friend by your side when you should be asleep. In the calm of the night, life feels bright, ending or starting, we're feeling just right. Time fades away as the night drifts on, lost in the laughter, the dark nearly gone. No need for answers, no reason why, just two souls awake beneath the sky. No rush to stars and soft street lights, starting or ending, it feels just right. Up late with a friend, the world's at rest, these quiet chats, yeah, they're the best. No rush to stars and soft street lights, starting or ending, it feels just right. Up late with a friend, the world's at rest, these quiet chats, yeah, they're the best. These quiet chats, yeah, they're the best, yeah, they're the best. These quiet chats, yeah, they're the best, the quiet and deep best.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are, whoever you are, what, if any, you might be. I'm up already. Yeah, I've been up for the last 45 minutes, been watching Aiden. Well, maybe you should try and go to bed. I try it sometimes. It's cool. I slept for 4.5 hours. Whip, 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 whip. Did you get your reminder? It's been 2 hours. Reminder. Have you sent me an email that I missed? Reminder. I'm not what? Google. A Google reminder. What the hell? Why did my tablet just say reminder? What? I don't. You. My head just blew up. Reminder of what? What did I miss? Why should I see it? Tell me where I missed something, because hey, I miss a lot of things. Oh, yeah, that's a hell. No. In Turtle Boy chat. No, I didn't get anything if I was mentioned in a Turtle Boy chat or to go to Turtle Boy or anything. Now what the hell did I miss? I don't have any notifications of anything. Nope. Betsy, it's way too early for me to be thinking. I'm sorry. Maybe, or I don't. Who? Yeah, but I'm thinking, what reminder? I normally don't get reminders of anything. People will tag me and stuff, and then that was 3 hours ago. I don't know what's happening. Hey, Andrea. And Queenie. Well, you're not making babies, so Tylenol wouldn't be a problem. Hey, Chelsea. I don't know what's missing, but nice show. Oh, just Google myself every two. Oh yeah, I made a joke that because he was covering that Lauren Millens, that Lauren. See, I can do that because my forehead can move. And she was talking about her stalking, how she went up every night at 3 a.m. trying to see if there were new TikTok videos made about her. And I said, I'm so important that I Google myself every 2 hours just to see if I'm being stalked. That's how I do it because I'm kind of a big thing, Yeah, it's way easier than drawing it on with a pencil. Just have an old saggy forehead. Matthias, that's her name. I haven't been going into it, and I know I have viewers who like her, but can I just say, what a way to Barbara Streisand your entire channel. I've been looking because people have been sharing these photos of her losing viewers and stuff like that. And this is the easiest way to get into shit's will. It's attacking other people's, copyright striking other people's. And I don't know what her husband is on about, but watching him sit there and read the DSM-5 and talking about how everyone else is a stalker, do you know what is an unhealthy obsession? It's, first of all, dehumanizing the opposite side by calling him the stalker. It's kind of like what Krusty Old Panties does with Aiden, the blocker, because that's a way to dehumanize your opponent. That's always working, especially when you have people who have a following or might know you. When you all of a sudden start that dehumanizing tactic, it comes off like, oh, you're just a mean girl. And then you have that guy sitting there reading, this paper it's actually not on grown-ups, but I think it applies as well. And sitting there and reading excerpts from some psychological profile while she's looking at him. I love that she's sitting there. Just have to check everything is fine on the camera. But I've been trying the good old Higgins well in all your ladies' DMs. No one has really answered me back. I got a lot of blocked, a lot of who this found it that to be hurtful. You know what well means. So from now on, my tactile will be I will send you snippets from the DSM-5 and say, did you know actually being a psychopath is seen in this way? And if that's not working, I'm going to go, hey, send me a picture of your bolos and I'll tell you how you can tell an online stalker. I'm thinking I will get laid. 2026 will be the year I'm finally punching my V card. Well, when I Google my name, sadly, there's a lot of articles about me, but I'm the only one in the world with my name. So, but I used to be in one political party. I dropped out of that and moved to another political party. Trust me, that'll get a lot of articles written about you, how big of an asshole you are. To talk badly about the K Woodcock tells me everything I need to know. Lauren is nuts. I don't know her. I haven't watched her content. I've seen some creators who I don't have a big affection for attacking her, and I think that's more because, well, she's the drama du jour. That's French and means drama of the day. So they go at her, but I watched. Sadly, Aiden always plays his clips of her while I'm streaming, so I don't see much of it. But what I have seen is, of course, out of context, and there could be 1,000 explanations. But to me, it seems like full overblown YouTube drama that's just also born out of a belief that you are better than everyone else, and you should be that. You have to have confidence in yourself to be on YouTube. You have to believe that it's probably not the worst thing in the world uh, doing what I do, because hey, some people will still show up and watch you. We are 80 people at 6 in the morning. That's pretty okay, but you have to have a little bit of an ego, because it's only you and it's your face. And with my face, I need to be funny. Sadly, that's how it is. I don't have any money and I don't have any drugs to give you ladies, so I have to be the funny guy. Um, and I just think some people, when their channel gets big enough or they get a big bump in viewership, they will start believing their own hype. And there's nothing worse than someone with a little bit of an ego. And again, as a YouTube creator, I would say, to make it as far as you can get monetized and have a decent following, you have to be a little bit in love with yourself, a little bit in love with yourself, and have to believe in yourself, because it's many hours, it's very lonely, and you have to feed off when you in chat are nice to you. So when you get these big hikes, it's not like we haven't seen other channels who all of a sudden got a big spike, and then they saw that and they thought, oh, I am God's gift to humanity. And most of the times they will crash and burn really fast, because they start believing their own hype. I think that's the good thing about being Danish, where we are not allowed to believe in our own hype and our own skills. We have this, that's, it's not a thing, but it's a thing, where we call it the law of Yande, that simply states you're not better than anyone else. And it's a very socialist mindset, but it's a mindset we have. So everyone is a little bit I'm probably not that good. It's ingrained in us. So when I hit 20,000 subscribers, yes, I'm happy, but I'm still saying, well, I can't even pull in 100 people for a stream. So it's not like I'm doing anything good. Come on now, it's okay. But so I think that's a good thing to always remind yourself, that kind of like back in the Roman days, when they held a victory parade, there would be a slave holding a laurel leaf over the one getting the parade, and constantly, I think that's the right word, whispering in the ear of the general who got the parade, "You're mortal, you're mortal, you're mortal." And I think a lot of people forget that on YouTube when they get those spikes. And you can go around and see other channels who have blown up during the AHJD case. There was a lot of people who all of a sudden thought, hey, I'm the new big guy. Then Johnny Depp and AH went away. Their content went away. They tried to be struggling to make something else, but they couldn't, because kind of like the Karen Reed case, it's free content all the time. There's so much drama going on. You can make videos on it all the time. But as you can see with the new divide that has been in the Karen Reed movement, that well is also running dry. We have things like today, Bederow dropped a new letter in the Aiden case that's kind of tied into Karen Reed, but Karen Reed is going to be a very slow burn. Yesterday, I read AJ's motion to have Cox put on the Brady list, but then again, then what are you going to sell for the next 2 weeks when there's no new Karen Reed stuff? Well, you go into the drama, says, hey, is Aiden Boy and Karen Reed really fighting? Am this channel taking over as the Karen Reed channel? And then you go into the drama part, because you don't have the content yourself because there's no more care and read that you can talk about. I'm an idiot. I'll just jump off to Podunk, Montana, and cover someone beating their wife to death over there, or their husband. We don't discriminate. And cover that case and sit here with my 150 average viewers and have a good time with that. Then I'll go back like today. That's why it's named Krust. Today we will be covering Krusty is to appear back in court today. And then tomorrow I'll be back in Wisconsin covering someone who might have unalived his wife. But other people can't make that switch because they are a pure care and read channel and live by one case, die by one case. And that's sadly what you can see with quite a few channels. You pulled in 96 tonight. I am at 103 right now. And over on Rumble, we have 3 people. Hey, Rumblers. And I'm sorry, I just started talking, so I didn't look at chat. The drama llamas. Yeah. Hey, Joe. Hey, Joe. It's Mean Girl stuff, and she is totally confabulating what happened at CrimeCon and bringing names into it that wasn't involved. I was there. First of all, I'm sorry you were at CrimeCon. It looks like the worst party in the world. I would rather go to a furry convention. I know this is stupid, and it was just something mentioned the other day in an Aiden chat where they said he should make his own CrimeCon. I wish they would make a CrimeCon that was fun. Make a TurtleCon because that's the thing I never understood with these cons. There was one in Anime Matsuri. It was an anime convention, but they invited YouTubers in that had nothing to do with it. They had Nerdrotic, Anna, that Star Wars girl, Nick Ricada. So you can kind of come for something else, and these creators could meet up and do whatever they did. It could be fun if you could maybe put up something where you don't go with the Nancy Graces of the world, but you go with someone who's actually funny and who probably could put on some good shows instead of. I don't mind that you want to go to CrimeCon and listen about how the FBI techniques are, but maybe you just want to go and listen. Why do you choose this case? Why did you start doing this stuff? Why do you believe like you do? Because who really watches law and crime for their ad-filled behind the scenes, and they just show stuff everyone else has seen? Oh, I'm sorry about that, Fedorowski. But 2 new horses. That's a lot of work. Straight facts. Sure is. I couldn't do it for 2 minutes. I was a mod for another channel that was streaming during trial. Gave me the mic. I was like a deer. Streaming is really easy. As long as you don't look at that little white thing and you don't see the chat that moves, and you don't start trying to figure out, oh, Fedorowski lost his horse, and that's really sad. And then you think about that, and then you start, oh, this person have had this. There's a million things that can kind of distract you from what you're doing, and you have to be confident. I have had people who are the funniest, nicest people. When you talk to them in Discord, the second they go on stream, they just sit like this. Because it's just different. Again, maybe they look at the number and say, we have 130 people right now. And you have to be able, imagine being Aiden having 6,000 people, and his chat is going. It takes, it's not a job, and it's not hard like some will tell you, oh, it's so hard to be a streamer. I have calluses on my butt because I do live trial streaming for 8 hours a day. And yes, you do have some mental things that you have to, oh, what I'm going to do. Oh, I have to make sure that tomorrow when Krusty is in court, I'll figure out to get the links, and I have to do this and I have to do that. But it's not like being a mailman or anything. It's it's different, but yes, it takes some kind of you have to have a mindset to do it, because a lot of people will get very self-conscious because I'm looking myself in the eyes constantly, and that's kind of weird. Especially my hair is very fluffy today. I like it. And so yeah, streaming is an easy gig if you have it, but I think you have to have kind of an entertainer gene in you. I love a good conflict as long as it's not mine, but these people take it to another level. It's one thing to stir the pot, it's another to lick the shit spoon. Yes, and that's the problem when you start shit online, it will go all the way till it hits the fan. Again, no names mentioned, no names forgotten, but some people is really taking a head dive into the drama pool because again, angle biting is good because maybe you can bring down the big guy and you can be the next big guy. When you become the big guy and you don't have anyone else to drama off of, good luck making your content. I go to network and meet people not necessary for the talks. I met EDB and Runkle and Bob and Ali, Agneta, Levy, Annie, Elise, Winnie. It's people like that I appreciate meeting. And that's what I'm saying. I don't think that any of the big tubers like Runkle and EDB went this year. I would love to go to a place where I could meet Runkle or Lawyer, and just maybe talk shop for 5 minutes, or they could do a seminar of how they do it. That could be more interesting. I don't want to hear about this is how we use forensic tools to catch the bad guy. I can read that in 5 minutes on Google because I don't need to be an expert. I just need to be enough to fake I know what I'm talking about. Everyone, please say some prayers for Lauren Murray that things go well in court. For tomorrow with Krusty, yeah, that's again. I will, as if not as if I can get the link, I will be covering Krusty's reappearance in trial in court tomorrow. It's related to, I believe this is the Lauren Murray case. I'm sorry, Mary. I mess you up all the time, you and Lauren, and I get it wrong all the time. I'm so sorry. But Krusty will be back. I believe this is the one that got kicked down the road last week, the week before, because the special DA had left, and then it just went back to Norfolk and said, well, we have a plea deal. So he's just going to sign that. And the judge said, if you were conflicted out before, you're still conflicted out. And he was, no, I'm not. Why not? I don't know. So hopefully that'll be today, and Krusty will then take a plea deal and get convicted in another case. Because for a woman who talks about how Aiden is a criminal, she has a lot of convictions. I don't know Aiden's rap sheet, but I think in the 3 years I've met him, he has 0. Krusty, I believe, have pled guilty to 2. She has 1 with Lauren that should be a plea deal. And then she has Mary. She yelled at the courthouse. I can't. I'm sorry, Mary, if I'm saying it wrong, because I can't keep Lindsay and her trials separate. I'm an idiot. I know that. But I know they're nasty to you as well. These ratchet ass garden implements. Carmen came in at a weird time, so here's for your hemorrhoids. Thank you so much, Carmen. And Carmen will be joining me Saturday. Carmen is the daughter of alternate juror. Carmen has been trying to raise some funds for her personal protection gear as she works at the sheriff's office. They don't give her the best gear in the world. So she has been having a little bit of a fundraiser, and we are close to getting to her goal. But if not, Saturday would either be thank you all so much for helping me get my new protective gear. Or, hey, could you maybe contribute just a little bit more so Carmen can be safe in her work, working with criminals, because she's one of the few who does it, goes out there and helps us be safe. And she's a good egg. Well, she's an egg. Analytical Blarneys. Keep in it, stay strong, avoid the cesspool. Yeah, the cesspool apparently came looking for me yesterday. Luckily, I don't watch that show, so I don't know what was mentioned, but someone wrote me on Twitter that I now have made it to 37,000 feet as well. I don't know what they talked about. I don't go looking for it. Aiden's keep getting tossed or won. Yeah. Marissa really want to toss Aiden, I've heard. It was a joke. Helene, warum bist du so früh? Gestern warst du in The Claris Chat ab 12 Uhr. Mein Deutsch ist echt schlecht, ne? My best friend is Gabby. I'm definitely a good egg. No. Lauren was in the crowd when Krust was driving past without hubcaps and yelled to unalive herself and flip the super. That's the one. Yes, and Mary was at the courthouse where she told her, "Go f yourself." Again, I hope I get you right, Mary. I hope. I'm sorry that I'm so stupid. I if I had some good mods, they would tell me this in chat and say, "You're making a fool of yourself again." Instead, they will just call me on Discord and yell at me and say, "Why the hell can't you remember anything, you stupid?" And there will be a lot of expletives. No, it's not that. But still, you were up late. And I know I only had 4 hours of sleep. But so tomorrow, Krusty will be back and maybe signing a plea deal if it's okayed by the judge that the DA can use the same plea deal that the special DA had written up before he left the company. This is the time where she, unbeknownst to her, was driving past the courthouse and had to stop outside. I think she claimed it was a traffic stop or something, and people yelled at her. So she had to give people the soup bird and tell them to go jump off the planet because that's what normal people do. And the judge said, "Your GPS would never take you in front of that courthouse. So you went there and went looking for her, and you, F you." 2 months ago, Aiden was in court. I can't remember what. I think it was the Lindsay Gattani stuff. And Krusty went on the twat and said something like, "Why don't you plead guilty? That's the right thing. When you're a criminal and you've done something wrong, you just plead guilty. That's why I plead guilty." I like to remind her of that every time she writes a post about Aiden, just saying, "Are you going to plead guilty again? Because that's the right thing to do." And apparently she's going to sign a plea deal today. And then we just need to figure out when she's going to go to court for yelling at Mary. It's, yeah. Oh my. Hey, MG Raiders. MG Raiders. Welcome. Oh, Ralphie. It's been a while. But welcome all. Welcome all. If you're new here, you're more than welcome. And MG is a sweetheart for sending you over. And I hope you all had a wonderful stream over with him. I saw you had the expert on, so you have probably been chasing squirrels. It was Lindsay who threatened Mary, right? And then when she was in court with Lindsay, Krusty came there to support Lindsay and yelled at Mary. I mean, I need to get Mary on to tell me because I don't remember anything. I believe that's the one, and where Jason Broyles is a witness to Krusty. That's the one where she sat in the car park next to her, and no, I didn't. I clearly wasn't looking at her. What case is Krusty taking a plea for? The one where she drove past the courthouse, flipped off Lauren, and claimed that well, I had to go that way, and the judge said your GPS would never take you that way. She had a plea deal ready to go. I believe it was 2 weeks ago, but the judge said, "Well, you needed a special DA because the Norfolk DA's office is conflicted out. So how can it go back and be the Norfolk DA's? Well, the other guy left, so we thought, hey, he signed the plea deal, so it's okay." And the judge said, "No, it's not. If you conflicted out once, you're conflicted out twice. Go home and do your homework." Well, if you have the expert, there will be squirrels. Yeah, you say that, but all the girls say that to me. Thank you so much, maybe not. 5 gifted memberships. That's very kind. Philip Martin, Victor Man, Jen the Couch Fairy, Only Fan. And oh, you all got your. No, some of you have your real names. OnlyFan has the real name. And GM. Thank you so much, maybe Nerd, for gifting 5 memberships. You won't get anything special. I'm the worst channel to be a member of. I'm skipped one of your super chats. I'll see if I can find it. Broncle, EDB, etc. are great. Avoid the riffraff. Well, there is a lot of riffraff on the YouTubes, so it's hard. It's hard to skip. I'm sorry, but I didn't see it. But when I go on rants, I forget my chat. And Marissa was yelling at me, so I have that also to fight with. But thank you, Analytical Blani. Her bail should be revoked. She committed another crime. That's why they were trying to rush the plea deal through. The judge saw her new charges, I believe, and that's why she stopped it. No, I was watching it, and I don't think that played in, because he didn't mention that. He only mentioned that you were conflicted out before. Why you're not conflicted out now? He didn't mention, but I agree with you. That's why they both sides wanted it rushed through, because again, the Norfolk DA's office, she has some dirt on them. There's no other way Krusty has been out on the streets for so long. She has some dirt. We know she had personal phone numbers. We know she had personal email addresses. Krusty knows something. So chucking that disgusting piece of human into prison. You have seen how crazy she went when Aiden fired her. She has lived 5 years with one mission: trying to not cross her underwear and get Aiden destroyed. That's been her life mission for 5 years. Imagine pulling the pin on that grenade and chucking her in prison. Do you think she's going to attack everyone? Yesterday, she attacked that weird t-shirt lady from... I can pull it up. I can find her tweet. Why suddenly is the crazy broad from New Jersey garnering sympathy? She's a free Karen Reed doll who was literally making money off of tragedy by selling t-shirts. That's the genesis of her entire saga. She emulated Turtle Boy too closely, and he let her know that only one sociopathic scumbag in town can profit off of Karen Reed. killing John O'Keefe. Um, I hope you don't catch charges for slander. She cheered on the harassment of the Albert, McCabe, and O'Keefe families and is now crying over receiving a microscopic fraction of what they have and still do. Maybe this was too lengthy a post to say simply, F. Donna Bisbal, who cares about her sob story now? Not me. Funny enough, who cares about her sob story? All the people that Krusty normally hangs out with. The good old Twister herself cares about it because I can't prove this. This is pure speculation. I think that someone instructed or told Twisted, told Donna, hey, have you seen JFK show? They have Nan over there in the chat. And it seems like because JFK is attacking Aiden all the time and Aiden is punching back, and Nan was on their Halloween show, you should attain Nan as a lawyer. It could be really cool. She might even do it pro bono because it's attacking Aiden, and she's probably one attacking Aiden. So that could be very, very good for you. I'm just thinking the legal mind of Twisted could be the one who came up with a scheme like that, and that's why she left the voice message. But now the old Cruster herself is attacking her. We've seen Lindsay Catani, that worn out roast beef sandwich, attacking Krusty. But Twisted and Krusty have been not attacking each other so far. There's been so much going on on our side of the fence. We haven't really seen anything but Lindsay, because Lindsay is trying to crawl back and come over to our side again, which you should never ever allow her. Please watch Microdot's latest video, why you should never believe one word Lindsay is saying. But if Krusty and the Twister is getting into fights now, she's also fighting with Grant Smith Ellis. Who does Krusty have to have Krusty's back now? And a cornered rat is a dangerous animal. So if they chuck her in prison, she's going to burn the shit down. Let's do it. I'm cold, Corky, and I say it's time for the heat. You want the heat? I'll give you the heat. Krusty, Lindsay, Tully, Bukaki, and all are going down via Proctor's phone. I don't know if he has been in contact with Krusty, but as I've said over and over and over and over and over again, I don't give two about Proctor. I give a lot of sense about who did he send all of these things to. And I think both Tully, Bukaki, and Fanning is high on my list of people who have received stuff that's in there. Oh, hey, BLT and Mr. Cossey. Hello. What if we put her on GLP-1 for a few months and just turn back the hands of time? On Krusty or on Marissa's mom? I don't know. If so many people hate her, maybe she's the problem. That's not saying much. That's isn't that the one where you're saying if every time you leave your door you only meet idiots, you might be the idiot? I'm just saying. Hey, guten Morgen. No, the other one. Lindsay, I don't think Lindsay needs to be on fat blockers. She's skinny enough. She's doing the right diet to keep skinny. So I don't think she's that fat. Hey, Wednesday, how are you doing down under? But the other thing I was wanted to talk about instead of just my crusty crust, Brandon, just because Marissa likes to call you daddy doesn't mean she wants you to bang her mother. I'm just saying. Me being on the wrong account on YouTube is probably how I'll out myself. The only ones that think it matters are the one who know and still think it's a big deal is the boys. Again, imagine spending so much time trying to figure out who is behind a sandwich head. Imagine you could put all of that hours into flipping burgers at McDonald's. You could have a life. No, I just went to bed early and then, well, not early, but I woke up early and then you gotta make hay. Have you seen Lindsay? Isn't that fat? Well, in her thirst trap picture, she's not that fat. If I still think I took a picture of it back when she was thirst trapping on the. No, I think I've deleted them. She's not that fat. Unless you have an unhealthy appetite for extremely skinny ladies. She's not. I don't think she's for a lady in her 40s. I don't think she's that. She's not that fat. She's drunk as hell, or whatever she's on. I don't know. Her pupils are bigger than my testicles, but still, I don't think she's fat. So I don't think that. Did we talk about microdots? I watched that last night. I did a video on microdots yesterday saying that it's probably the most important video we have done, especially pertaining to the good old Lindsay, because she has been writing this, oh, whoa, I'm the victim. And that video, especially when you watch it the second time, because the first time, I have to be honest, I don't like listening to stuff like that. When people are screaming, I get secondhand embarrassment. I find it cringy, and I just dislike it. But the second time, when you hear how crazy she is and the threats she's making, and how willing she was to hurt Aiden just because he stopped giving her the D, I just wonder every time she does a tweet where you think, oh, maybe she's turned around, maybe she is not that bad. Just go and watch that video Microdots did yesterday. Every time you feel sympathy for that woman, every time you feel, haven't we been mean enough to her? Doesn't she deserve a little bit of grace? Please go listen to the video Microdots did yesterday. Because one thing, I I listened to parts of the recording back when they came out, but I just get so embarrassed for other people. I don't like listening to it. So watching it on the video yesterday and hearing her screaming like that, it just clicked in a way different way. And I've been saying this for a long time. I don't buy Lindsay's comeback. Lindsay is a psycho. She'll mirror you and give you what you want so you fall in love with her, or you will forgive her, or whatever she can just to get by. But as I said with the videos where she was laughing about Aiden getting raped in prison, what you heard yesterday was Lindsay when she's not mirroring, when she's not trying to be your girlfriend, when she's not going to be the smacks monster who's going, oh, daddy, I love it. Oh, you're so good. You're so big. But she's showing you her real self, because crazy ladies are fun. Psychos are really fun. But it only lasts till it's not fun anymore. And then however else we think ladies are annoying, we get real tired of ladies like this because everything will be drama. She reminds me a lot about a lot of Courtney Clenny, the OnlyFans model who allegedly stabulated her boyfriend to death. She hasn't been convicted yet because she got mad that her boyfriend said hi to one of her friends when he rode past her on a bike and he didn't mention it because that's being unfaithful. That's cheating on her. I see Lindsay the same way. The one where she demands that Aiden come to her house and drop his show. That's his job. That's his moneymaker. He needs to make his shows. No, you have to drop it. You have to be at my house now. I am more important than anything else in the world. She's a bona fide psycho, not a medical determination. I don't have any medical degree. But in the colloquial sense of the word, she is a massive psycho. She's in her 30s, I'd bet. She is, I believe, 38, 39 years old if it's Lindsay. Did you see LTL's rant about me and wanting to out me? I was dying. Who thought a sandwich head could be so maddening to someone? I, again, as I said in the beginning with the Laura Mullers, if LTL didn't show you any attention, you would just be a comedy channel who people would say, and then they will move on. He Barbara Streisand the fuck out of you as well. Well, Brandon has this thing where he thinks everyone's fat. Not me. I'm slim. Some people will DM you now. Yeah, you're thinking about Krusty Pandies. That's the one you're thinking about. She's a big one. And Elisa, give me a double XL bikini because I'm sexy. I think LG is worse because go and look at her tweets. People are starting to feel sorry for her. No one feels sorry for the Cruster or the Twister, but they are starting to feel sorry for Lindsay. Who wants to get to ripping and tearing at hedonism? I want to go to hedonism too. I heard that's the best place. So are we going to meet up there next year? Instead of Dollywooding, we're going to hedonism it. Just let me know, and I'll buy the tickets to go down there. Yeah, it's very different to see it with videos on. You are far behind. See, this is my mods. They hate on me. Where's that one? I think it's in Jamaica. It's the one Rackets went to. I think it's called Hedonism 2. She is worse, and sadly, a lot of people, because again, she's not as disgusting as the other people. She knows how to kind of clean it up. The problem is she's also under some kind of influence every time she makes a video. So she just does this, and there is just something to a pretty face. A pretty face will get more love than someone who looks like Sasquatch had sex with a boulder. Remember, today I'll be covered Krusty in trial, so you can see it in person. She is pretty, and she can filter up real nice. She can be in the right lighting. She can be a good 8. When you see her in lighting like this, she's probably a 4. See, all my wrinkles and stuff like that will pop. And I think that's the same with her. She's a pretty lady when she got her war face on. Not as much in reality, and especially not when you see her soul. Hedonism is likely in Bermuda, but I don't care. LG needs a parody account to bring out the worst in her for everyone to see. Works pretty well. Yeah. Well, can you parody her? Isn't she just a parody herself? I'll never put my face online. I'm afraid what you all would say about me. I don't. I think I say stuff about Krusty because Krusty is Krusty and she's an asshole, and I don't feel like I have to be nice to her. It's it's also what's behind the face because a pretty smile can't hide a dark soul. Melissa is slamming into Jamaica. Good vibes. Yeah, I every time I see it, I read it as Marissa because that's how Marissa treats me, like a Cat 5 hurricane. But I hope anyone, if any of our viewers or friends are in Jamaica, will stay safe because it looks like it could be a bad one. I take my dates swimming so I can see them as their natural beings. Well, I don't do that because then they can see my fat ass. That's the worst. I like to go to one of those ice bars because then you'll put on layers. Well, I haven't. I've only been up for an hour. I haven't seen it. She doesn't look like that in person. This girl, the girl puts on a lot of filters on. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. My lighting is also bringing out a lot of color to my face. I am as white as a board right now because it's winter in Denmark. I play with filters too. We all do that. Again, as I've said many a time, go look at a YouTuber's thumbnail, especially the ones who do the things that was popular 4 years ago. To everyone was told, "Hey, do that because it'll really drive in the viewers." You don't believe. What? Wait till the end. A lot of their thumbnails don't look like they do when they're on camera. Isn't that funny? That's because you can't filter and Photoshop the shit out of your live streams. An ice bar. It's a bar built out of ice. Um, I know in Finland they normally have them because Finland is really cold, but it's just a bar where you go in, you'll put on extra clothing, and it's kind of like an igloo, but it's just a bar made out of ice blocks, and you'll drink out of ice shot glasses and stuff like that. Pretty cool concept, but I think you can only stay in there for 30 minutes or something like that, so you can't get that drunk. Yeah, I saw you said the Baldo sale was all they had going. I'm talking about the female you showed a photo of. It, if so, in the kindest way, no, just no. Well, there's way worse people in Canton, Massachusetts. They have one in Boston. Yes, because then we can cover up all of us. The only full year-round ice bar is on Svalbard. Svalbard is a small Norwegian island way up here that the Russians really want to take from them because they have a weather station. Svalbard is also, I believe, home to the biggest polar bear population, but I'm not sure. But I know that polar bears are really fun up there. They like to hunt people. So if you like to be hunted by a polar bear, just go to Svalbard, walk out, and try and sound like you are a seal, and maybe smell like meat. They will attack you. See you, analytical. Stuff some paper into the nose. I feel bad for saying that. I mean, it as she's just not my type. I don't know anything about her. I don't want to be judgmental. Oh, Trust me, she's a bitch. You can judge her all you want. She has countless restraining orders on her baby daddy, and still, every time he gets out of prison, he lives with her, and then she'll throw him back in prison when she psychs out on him. So, yeah, you would love her. Hey, Shannon, go back to bed. In Alaska, they have an ice museum type thing. Interesting. That is actually a real seal sound. Kind of sounds like my dolphin. Thank you. Yeah, it's illegal to die in Svalbard, just so you know it. But if you get killed by a polar bear, they'll probably make sure there's no evidence that you died. So take a chance. Take a chance. Take a chance. Take a chance on me. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba. Yeah, judge her. It's fine. Just go with your guts. You will dislike her more than any ex-wife or ex-girlfriend you have ever had. But I also put Bederow, whoopsie, up there because there was a new affidavit sent by Bederow yesterday. And I think things can it kind of get spicy. You probably all seen it in some of the other channels, but the main thing is the document Ms. Hopkins provided to me consists of 4 emails from Massachusetts State Police Sergeant Bukaki, Brian Tully, and former Trooper Proctor. 2 of the emails are dated July 28, 2023, and 2 are dated July 29, 2023. And this is to do with McCabe harassment and McCabe harassment docs, and the Albert harassment and Albert harassment docs that wasn't turned over to the defense in Aidan Carney's case. The subject matter of the 4 emails and attachment relates to the MSP investigation of Carney. These documents are written statements of prosecution witnesses that are within the possession, custody, and control of the Commonwealth. As such, they are indisputable, discoverable under Rule 14 of the Massachusetts Rule of Criminal Procedure. So again, can someone tell me why in Massachusetts, where you have Rule 14, you have Brady, you have everything, and it takes Marbury v. Matt on TwitTwat to sue the MSP to get evidence that is in one of their highest focus cases, the case against Aidan Carney. Why isn't this turned over? Why isn't anyone saying we can't live with these mistakes anymore? Why isn't anyone claiming this BS has to stop? We know Meatball is way too involved in it. We know Alan Jackson sent a letter to Mayor Wu yesterday. She's probably not going to do shit. But how can the politicians live with all of this? After my affidavit and motion to compel, highly regarded journalist Ted Daniel reported that in addition to possessing thousands of racist and possibly homophobic messages on his cellular phone, Mr. Proctor also maintained and possibly shared intimate images of third parties and shared the name and or confidential information about at least one alleged sexual assault victim. If Mr. Proctor revealed the name of a sexual assault victim and or any confidentially non-public information about a sexual assault allegation to a third party in a manner that was not necessary to the performance of his duty, then he committed a crime punishable by up to 1 year in jail and by a fine of not more than $1,000. If the intimate images he possessed or shared depict Karen Reed, then Mr. Proctor may be subject to prosecution's perjury, given his sworn testimony. Remember, I didn't find any nudes. So again, why does it take a civilian from another state to fix Massachusetts problems? Why can't they just play by the rules? You have all the power, you have all the money. Why don't you have the integrity? That's my big problem. I feel like a hypocrite listening to this being described as bad behavior. You're not a state agent. Well, I don't think so. Maybe you're fed. That's why you and Valhalla click so well together. But it's Rule 14 was amended during these trials. Yes, it was actually put even more in focus that they have to turn every piece of paper over that. But again, we saw it in the Karen Reed trial. Multiple Rule 14 violations. And she was just, yeah, I'll be fine. But someone who might have paid $20,000, no, not even 20, yeah, $20,000 for some plane tickets and a hotel and some work done by experts are absolutely abhorrible, and they should be thrown out of the court, and everyone is just mean and dumb. But the constant Rule 14 violations, yeah, that'll be fine. That'll be fine. Nothing there. Come on now. There's no need to get your panties in a twist over that. It just shows how Massachusetts is a hellhole, and they don't follow the rules. They don't believe the rules, and they'll break all the rules as they see fit. It's just amazing that they have all the power, they have all the money. They shouldn't be treating on the scale all the time. That's just my problem. They have this this inability to just do the right thing. And I'm not saying not do what you need to do, because of course they will try and win their cases, but hiding evidence is just too far. Yeah, I found out he's a Fed now. We just need Gabby to fix all of Massachusetts' problems. I think if she got involved in it, it'll turn even worse. Oh, they can do whatever they want. That's why they have all the powers. That's not how we do it here, Mr. Jackson. No, how you do it here is just do whatever the state wants, and that'll be fine, because everyone is protected in the system. The DA, he's a party soldier put in office by the same people who are now going to put in the next nominee for the DA, who is going to be elected because, hey, whoever the party puts up will be elected as a DA. So anyone believing that that anything is going to change when they get a new DA, yeah, they might give it a fresh coat of paint, but that's about it. Why, oh, why should they change? Because they run the state. It's the same. I don't know how big the top of the party is, but it's the same 10 people who nominate the governor and the senator, the DAs. They have all the power, and they are absolutely fine with the way things has been running for 20 effing 5 years, because no one has demanded Morrissey step down. They need to run a new DA now. Do you think, let's just be honest, because I got yelled at on the YouTubes for saying this, do you think anyone who's going to get in office after Morrissey, nominated by the same who put the crown on his head, is going to change shit? Again, I have a slightly used Brooklyn Bridge you can buy if you believe that. I don't know what number of channel he is on now. He keeps getting banned every time I find him again. Yeah, as long as you have a superior who are willing to cover for you, you can do what the hell you want. Massachusetts is lost until physical revolt. If you know, you know. Well, don't revolt physically. Always use your democratic rights to vote differently. But again, imagine being the home of Boston Harbor and then looking at how the system runs the state now and say, well, it's not like we have a history of going against the system. Let's just tone it down a bit, guys. Don't rock the boat. People who think that anything will change are the people who would be standing on the plank to the, it wasn't the Mayflower, I don't know what that ship was called, and say, hey, guys, King George is going to get really mad if you throw this tea in the water. Maybe calm down a bit. It's not like it's not working. King George will be replaced by another guy. It's going to be way different. It's still going to be the British monarchy, but the next guy is going to be way different than King George. He's probably going to be called King Edward or King George as well. Probably going to run everything almost the exact same way, maybe get a new crown, but it's going to be absolutely the same. But this time it's going to be different. I have to agree with Mr. Bederow. Why aren't any politicians speaking up in Massachusetts? I know why, because the system don't want any change. And anyone who believes anything is going to change when a new DA enters that office next year, you can get the Brooklyn Blitz for only $1.5 million. I'll sign it over to you, and you can sell it for scrap value. The scrap value is way higher than 1.5 million, but I could probably live off 1.5 million the rest of my life. he's such a weirdo. Yeah, she did call him a Tøsepige. Massachusetts were persecuting women in the 16th as witches, and a few men too. Who wasn't? Come on now, like you're special. Have you ever heard about the Inquisition? We did that too. Them women were witches. A woman with a black cat. I'm not saying go tie her up and throw her in a river to make sure she's not a witch. I just know that black cats are the instrument of the devil, and women might have to or might like to cuddle with the devil. That's what I've heard. I'm not a priest. I don't know anything, but I just know that back in Denmark in the olden times, it was tradition to chuck a black cat into a barrel, beat the barrel until the cat died, just to make sure the devil wouldn't hurt us. And we have been devil-free ever since. We also chucked a few ladies in the water. We didn't burn them as much. We just gave them the test where you tie them up, throw them in water. If they drown, they wasn't in collusion with the devil. If they floated, they were wits and you had to burn them after. It's just science. They never have had anyone else on the ballot. No, because they don't want anyone else on the ballot. It's a one-party state. They nominate who you get to vote for. And do you think the people who were fined for 25 years only having one guy on the ballot is going to change and say, no, this time we want someone who is going to go against the system we have built over 25 years? Absolutely not. You went to bed. Male privilege and ego needs to go walk the plank. No, it's not male privilege and ego. It's just politicians. Because I don't care if it's a man or a female. I've been in politics for long enough to know that it's just politicians. They want power and they can't handle power. And they just want more power. When they get a little bit, they want more. And it doesn't mean anything if they have a PP or a Vava. It'll go to hell. I know it's on my old computer if I had it. Sorry. Yeah, we have a lot of diversity in this chat. Hey, see me yummy. Well, the meatball is going to go. and he's going to be replaced most likely with that Juan thing. I think she's the front runner. I'm just saying, if you ever go to a public meeting with her, ask her, what are you going to do about Sandra Birdsmore? Because yesterday, that asshole caught another charge on federal level. The state level, it's still a self-deletion. So I would ask everyone that says they're running for DA, what are you going to do about it? And remember to tape it. Because they're going to give you we have to look into and we have to see and we change this and we need to ask them and get some concrete answers. You're not going to get it because they are just there to protect the good old boys club. Well, there's nothing wrong in having a male ego or female ego or whatever it's called, as long as you don't misuse the power you get. Again, as I started saying, to be on YouTube, you have to be a little full of yourself, have a little bit of an ego because it's only you and you have to run this shit. So yeah, we are a little egotistical, but you can be it in a good way, or you can be a shithole who believes your own hype and thinks that because you got a few viewers on the YouTubes and you are the shits now. And that's the thing I see with a lot of politicians. They believe their own hype, just like some YouTubers do. Just because they get a few followers, they think, I'm too great for the rest of you, and I'm going to go dictate what's right or what's wrong. Nothing different between that and the politicians you see. It's a human error where people believe their own hype. And I'm just saying, ain't nothing going to change because the people in power doesn't want to have change. I bet you walls have made at least 1 cent, maybe a peanut butter jelly, one of those weird ones you Americans eat. Not a good roast beef sandwich or something, but I bet a peanut butter jelly has been introduced at some point. I don't force you to drink. I just go live at 6 a.m. in the morning and you're still up drinking. I didn't force you to stay. I didn't sign off yesterday and say, hey, Federowski, you better stay up. I'll be back in 4 hours. Oh, my. I like these late nights. Brandon is getting a lot of clapback from the ladies. He likes that. I've heard he normally pays extra for that at Bang Bang Palace. I got here late. Hopefully this time the judge locks up KP. When she keeps breaching the order against the same person, it should now be jail time. Nothing else has worked. Maybe jail will. Well, she has that plea deal from last time. But she's also gotten the charge with Mary Bagwell. So maybe that's why he also wanted it to go back and look at the deal they had made, because she had picked up new charges. In Denmark, if you pick up a new charge while you're charged with the same type of crime, we will enhance your punishment. I hope they do the same here. But that'll be today at 2 p.m. Eastern, where we will be following Krusty. We'll be here at 10 o'clock covering the Wisconsin trial. Then we'll end and jump over and cover Krusty. If you weren't here for the Wisconsin trial, it's a man accused of unaliving his wife and dumping her in the woods, where she's found 17 days later in almost skeleton conditions, which is just amazing to me. Evidence he did it, not strong. Could there be reasonable doubt? Yeah. So it's one of those head scratching cases. It's not like the other ones we normally cover where it's, yeah, that idiot is guilty. So if you want a good case where the lawyers are actually working to try and win their side of the argument, you should come watch it. It's the same prosecutor who prosecuted Daryl Brooks, and she's doing good. The defense, he's slower than MC Cosgrove, but he's actually doing a good job. Mary Bagwell seems like a very kind, genuine person. I'm glad I'm glad she's one of us now. She does seem nice. Yes, and she's been in here a few times. Hey, Sherry Kashiwabara, and welcome. Do I think he did it? As I try always to say, I don't think the state have proven he did it yet. Because it's upon the state to prove beyond a reasonable doubt. And yesterday, I found 4 scenarios that I could argue, and if I can sit and have 4 different scenarios that I think could possibly be the right one, I'm not strongly enough convinced that I can say beyond a reasonable doubt. Do I think he might have done it? They were having a shitty relationship, and he was apparently going to not Pakistan, the Philippines, and he had 2 online girlfriends. But again, they had an on-off relationship. There might be some drug use. I don't know. The body is so destroyed that they couldn't tell how she died. She had seizures. She was apparently a drug user. Do I find it totally impossible that she might have gone into the woods and had a seizure attack, and because she was doing oxy, her tongue was so relaxed it fell back and she choked on her tongue? No, I don't find that unreasonable. Him carrying her stuff into the apartment kind of weighs in a different direction. Why did he put it in? But he says, well, she kind of had a habit of just leaving. So if he comes out and see her bag and her expensive mug in the car, he's probably saying, I don't want to leave this shit out here. Apparently, some Google searches will come in later, but right now, I'm not beyond a reasonable doubt, and that's the bottom thing you need to at least reach for me to say you're guilty. I can have a lot of opinions about if I think you're guilty or not, but I still believe the state should prove it. As I've said earlier, the state have the power, the money, they have the responsibility to prove it. Who runs ads? Oh, Arby's. Didn't they reopen newly? I think they just reopened. But it's been an hour and 20 minutes of my 1 hour streams. My night streams are probably normally about an hour. Do all the YouTube yada 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 that everyone hates to hear about. Come back later, if not at 10 o'clock, because it's Wisconsin. At 10 o'clock, then come back at 2 p.m. to watch Krusty on trial. Hopefully getting some prison time, not just getting a sneaky plea deal. That's what we hear about. Krusty should try to go to prison. I think maybe that could help her a little bit. The rest of you, go to bed. Follow Brandon over to Lincoln Kane. Start your workday. Go home from work, wherever you are in the world. Love you all. See you all. Bye, you all.